if there's a whole situation at the beginning where you suddenly realize that you're not going to be in the kind of a regular business.
Yeah.
And who are the bodies that support that really early stage? How do you, 'cause you mentioned the grant, who was it and
so
how
Creative
did you?
Scotland. So early stage, we had Creative Scotland, who are, I guess, a bit like the Arts Council for England, but yeah, they gave us our first. They funded the tour and then funded the building of it as well. And we've had a few
And
other...
beyond the funding, did it come with any advice or mentoring or conversations?
Conversations, I think, yeah, very well-meaning conversations. And yeah, it was really useful, but primarily their role is like some advice and support and, you know, the occasional meeting.
Is that still one of the strands of funding?
Currently,
grants?
no. Actually, our last grant from them, the condition was don't come back for any more and become self-sustaining. That was one of the conditions. Although I recently had a conversation saying the things we started doing, I thought they'd happen really quickly, and they've not. Can we come back for a little tiny bit more to see us through the next couple of years? We've had other, you know, we've had sponsorship from trade organisations and are looking at lots of other. I mean, I think realistically we'll always be a little bit reliant on grants and funding, but I'm really realistic as well that public funding is getting cut left, right, and centre. So
and is there
a
a kind of service product level that you're attaching to it beyond the kind of people browsing and connecting? Is there a kind of deeper consultancy model inside?
Yeah, I mean, we have ended up doing consultancy. Like, we've actually just been commissioned to make another site which we're calling SkillsWorks, which is essentially documenting all the courses and classes people can take across Scotland, which was a really great commission to get in, and is very much us working as a design studio. Yeah. Which
and
has
I've
been
seen
great.
also that you've started working in other areas like Birmingham and Istanbul.
Yeah, exactly.
Derby.
So that also, I guess that again came out of, I guess, the need, people getting in touch saying, love what you're doing in Scotland, can we do that here? And just working out, okay, great, I need to be able to support that in some way. So the way that we run that, if you like, is that we've made it quite open. Those regions who want to start when they're independent, and we are then paid to deliver training and a licensed kind of contribution to allow us to make changes. And
how much of the credibility is still connected to you knowing what you're showing?
What do you mean?
The actual factories, what they're doing. Can people who don't know what they're looking at run an environment like this? Do they have to be makers?
I have said no to people who want to start one because I haven't quite, like, I think I've definitely got past that. You know, I love giving it, it's been amazing watching other regions start up and really kind of make it adapt to how it fits for their region. But when people have approached me very much, I guess people from like local government level, and I felt the team aren't the right fit and they don't maybe understand the, I guess, the core aspect of it, or don't understand manufacturing. That was one person who was very, very capable in a lot of ways, but it's like you have no idea the difference between injection molding and CNC milling.
Which means maybe the people that they need to interview won't
respond
in the same way.
Yeah, and you need to have that
context. So it's about team building as well.
It's about the right person. I don't believe in just because someone comes first. That it's very much the right person that gets the
So it's
context.
expanding into kind of almost kind of a franchise model, or
yeah, I hate that word.
Yeah, or what?
So much.
So what is the model?
I mean, we've been calling it
a network.
Yeah, we've been calling it network. I mean, long term, if I'm really honest, yeah, chapters. I have really been, or I hope eventually, when there's a kind of critical mass of the different regions, then I can actually split the company in a sense so it's community owned by those regions and
so
not owned by a central HQ.
It becomes tools to set it up.
Yeah, in lots of other places. So that's what we're working towards. But I think at the moment, it's still their license to use it, and I deliver training. But at the same time,
you were talking around 10,000 users a month.
At the moment, yeah, which is growing. I mean, it's funny. There's definitely things that when I'm doing more with them, like if I'm producing more articles every week, for example, or more guides and things, we definitely get an increase in users, which then gets increases in the inquiries that go to the manufacturers listed. And yeah, at the moment, because we're so small, that's always the issue. Of being like, I know we can have more users if I'm doing this, but I've also got to, it's just trying to manage time.
I guess that's a good point
tricky.
to kind of transition to you, Barney, about the scale and size of the team. When did you so you were prototyping in the accelerator.
Yeah.
when did you recognize that the team has to grow in relation to, and how did you understand the new users?
Yeah, I think quite early on you sort of understand that to do all the, I mean, we were so into the prototyping and the making that actually like trying to start a business and run that on the side was like so much extra work. I think that's why the incubator helped us so much with sort of like teaching us and showing us how you can run a business. So yeah, I think that's, we started as 3 people. We're now 4, but we've had some changes in the team. That was quite an unexpected thing to work around when your team changes and sort of looking to hire new people. It's quite hard to run all of that while you're still a small team. But yeah, I think through the CRL, that's basically taught us. Well, I don't think without that network around us, we would have been able to grow as quickly as we have.